Tell us about yourself.
First of all, Alex, thank you so much for your hospitality. Really appreciate being here with you. But my background is a little bit different. Grew up on a farm in Missouri, West St. Louis County, small Angus farm, and went to ag school at the University of Missouri, and my major is in animal husbandry and nutrition. Went to veterinary school and got into veterinary school halfway through ag school, so I was a graduate student after I graduated ag school. Wrote the first paper on a mass die-off in America from pollution. Got that published, and that began to direct the rest of my career. Graduated veterinary school, went to Africa for 2 years. Marlin Perkins, the White Rhino Conservation Project, caught 200 of them, brought them back. So if you see a white rhino in a wild animal park or a zoo, it's either one that I caught or offspring. And while I was in Africa, Marlin got a grant from the National Institutes of Health to study pollution in zoo animals and people who lived in close proximity to the zoos. It was my job as a pathologist, and I'd already become a published pathologist, to do autopsies on the zoo animals and people who lived in close proximity to the zoo and find out what part pollution played in disease. And to make a long story short, after 12 years, I had done 20,000 autopsies, some 17,500 on over 454 species of zoo animals and 3,000 humans. The 1,200-page book that came out of that is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. And the bottom line of that 12-year study, Alex, was a surprise because we were looking for pollution. But what it said was every animal and every human being who dies of natural causes dies of a nutritional deficiency disease. And that was a powerhouse. And the last project I did for that program, I was at the Brookfield Zoo and the Shedd Aquarium in Chicago, and then I went to the Yerkes Primate Center in Atlanta, where I found the first case of non-human cystic fibrosis and found out what caused it. And they fired me because they found out what caused cystic fibrosis because it was different than their theory. Their theory was genetic. This is back in 1978.
And again, you can be predisposed genetically that if you have these deficiencies, it triggers worse, correct? But then now they're just saying, no, everything's genetic. They're now saying inner city kids need to be locked up or put on drugs because they have bad genetics. Just a blanket, no studies, no proof, you're just scum. But that's liberal.
Yeah, well, we can fix those kids. I can take them if they've never spoken in 11 years. In 6 weeks' time, they're speaking. I don't care if they're violent and crazy and can't sit still 30 seconds.
They got to get off the red dye number 5 and corn syrup and actually not eat white bread all day?
Well, yeah, exactly. And they have to take the Alex pack on top of that.
You're an extremist.
That's what I've been told.
The kids are acting up because they're evil, not because they're eating Snickers all day and bouncing off the walls.
Well, they're actually deficient in nutrients, and then you take a lot of carbohydrates and sugars, which aggravates that.
I disagree. They should eat nothing but they should eat nothing but candy bars all day at McDonald's. You are a conspiracy theorist. McDonald's has everything you need in it, and it's the reason we're so healthy. I'm joking. We're going to come back and talk about your victories over the FDA, and then we'll get into some of the top medical stories out there straight ahead. Going back to Dr. Wong, this is a short segment, long segment coming up. Briefly.